Okay, today I'm sitting with a property rights referee. Boyd Wiggum has studied the problem. He's an attorney and he's an expert, and he enters into the conflicts of Cheyenne, Wyoming, and other places. So what do you say, what's going on in Cheyenne?
Well, as Cheyenne develops, there are people who are trying to develop their property. And when I attend these hearings, one of the sources of conflict I hear is neighbor-on-neighbor conflict.
Oh my gosh, the neighbors are fighting with each other. What are they mad about?
Typically, what I hear is when neighbors are complaining about a potential development that is going to be different than the neighborhood they live in.
They don't like the change, right? Especially, I understand, they don't like the change if it's going to be an apartment complex.
Yes. If there's anything that's going to bring a neighborhood out of the woodwork, it's going to be when somebody wants to build an apartment complex.
Okay,
next to a
now tell
neighborhood.
me the truth. This thing, what are they really saying when the apartment complex is coming in? What's the objection?
The biggest objection seems to be the presumed character of the type of people who would live in an apartment or in a rental housing.
Okay, you're not like me, you're different, and maybe you have a lower character, etc., that
Right.
kind of thing.
And you're going to bring down all the housing values, and you're a threat and a danger to the neighborhood.
Okay, so apartment buildings would lower the property values.
That's one of the arguments.
Okay, and what else did they get mad about?
They worry about the character of the people that will live in the apartments.
And what about commercial development?
They also often neighborhoods will complain about or object to a commercial development next to a single-family neighborhood.
Okay, now you come from Wyoming. You're bucolic. You lived in the country, and how was it there? Did the people fight that much?
There would still be conflicts, but for the most part, the wheat farmers that I grew up among understood where their property ended and their neighbor's property started.
Yeah.
And concretely, that meant that one farmer would know where his field ended. He would cultivate his field, he would harvest his field, but he would not cultivate or harvest his neighbor's land, because that was the neighbor's responsibility.
So there you are, you're on your farm, and you're looking around, and everything you see, you own. But it seems that somebody living in the town can get the impression that they have ownership over what they can see, which is a mistake because they don't own everything.
I think you've captured the source of much of the conflict in town precisely.
Okay. Now, I understand that there was a house on the edge of town that had a great view of a pasture. And what happened there?
Well, the owner of the pasture decided he wanted to start building some homes to satisfy the market demand for housing in Cheyenne.
Well, that is right. Can he have a right?
Yes,
It's his property?
absolutely. It is.
Yeah, but
However,
the person across the street,
yes, the people that lived across the street objected to that because the development was going to harm the value they enjoyed in their own homes and harm their views that they thought they purchased when they bought their house.
okay, so it was change. They objected to change. And they also had some presumption that they owned something that they didn't own.
Yes, and they were certainly reaping a benefit that they realized they were likely to lose.
Well, then where did it go? Let's have another discussion another day.
Yes, next time, let's talk about what happens when the government enters the fray as a regulator.
Okay, thank you for listening.